Congratulations on this film. It is so good. People will undoubtedly be obsessed with it. What makes Renfield a cult classic in the making?
A cult classic, I mean, it's hopefully becomes something similar to that because, I mean, it's obviously based on the iconic Dracula story, but this is kind of a new flavor of it 100 years on, where Renfield and Dracula's relationship is developed, and it's a twisted, fun horror spin of that.
You never really know what's going to become a cult classic, but I do know that this interpretation of Renfield really lends it to something original and something new, you know, and I think that you have a shot, whenever you're trying to do something new, you have a shot at something that might last.
I agree. I think it definitely will. So going back to when you two met, what were your first impressions of each other?
I mean, when we first met, I was 14, and we shot a film called The Weatherman, where I played Nick's son.
Yeah.
And I was just completely in awe. I was like, first time coming to America to work, and that set and that role, everything. I was just kind of just learning and picking up on what you were doing.
Well, I was amazed at the poise that Nick had at 14 on camera. He was so confident. And I had no doubt then the star he would subsequently become. And so when I heard he was doing this, I was like, I got to get back in the ring with him. I want to work with him now. Now he's fully grown. I want to see what he's got. And I'm very, very happy with the results.
What was it like when you reunited?
I was thrilled to see him.
Yeah, no, likewise. It was great. It was like, and I think we both feel like we've got a lot of fun working together and a connection, and then like we try and push each other, and hopefully we'll do more together.
Well, he's my kind of actor. I mean, he has incredible comedic timing, and he's also able to switch on a dime and be enormously vulnerable. And I like that unpredictability. And there are not a lot of people that can fill that space, and he's got it in spades.
I agree, which was needed because this movie had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what it took to bring your characters to life. Is it true that you wore fangs around your house?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Christian Tinsley, brilliant makeup artist, he wanted it to be practical, and he wanted to resemble Lon Chaney's London After Midnight, so I had these enormous fangs of this incredible amount of ceramic material in my mouth, and still I wanted to speak somewhat eloquently and elegantly, but it was very hard to do. So I would go home and I would keep them in and rehearse the lines and try not to, you know, lisp and you know, try to get some sound out. You know, I had to train with it.
It definitely paid off. And Nick, did you practice eating bugs? Is that true?
I did eat a fair amount of bugs, crickets, potato bugs. The crickets were kind of flavored quite nicely, actually. They were packaged and flavored and dried, but the potato bugs didn't taste good. The props department were amazing, though. They did build me some caramel cockroaches, which were delicious. A little bit sticky in the teeth, but much better than real cockroaches, I imagine.
No muscle in my body tells me to eat a potato bug. You are brave. That's intense.
I could taste all the sorry. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. If we could get over our phobia of eating bugs, we could solve world starvation. High protein, no fat, excellent nutrients, but nonetheless, I don't want to eat a potato bug.
And sometimes superpowers, too. So
And,
you never know where you're
and a
going to
little
get.
kick of superpower, yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the fighting scenes now, which were epic, super intense. What went into filming those scenes? What kind of training did you do?
Oh, well, Chris Brewster and the stunt team were incredible, and we actually got a good chunk of time to work and develop all those sequences. And they brought so many wonderful ideas. You know, for Renfield, it's this idea that when he eats a bug, he has elevated speed and power and strength and all those things. But also, character-wise, I wanted to say this element, it's kind of a means to an end, and he has to do those things, but always kind of doesn't want to. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He doesn't want to kill anyone for you. So kind of doing those things, but still without trying to make him too much of an action star in those moments, I suppose.
Right, and there was so much blood and gore, which people are going to love. What was it like filming with all of that, all those special effects, and many of which I assume were practical?
Yeah, they were mainly practical, the blood and gore effects, which actually is, then it becomes quite tense, I find, on set in those moments, because obviously to clean up liters of blood once it's spurted all over the place is difficult and time consuming for the schedule and all those sorts of things. So when you're punching a head off and there's a blood explosion, there's a lot of like specific timing that you need to get right. So you drill it over and over again and rehearse without the explosion and the blood and everything, and then hopefully on the real one in the take it all works out.
I love what he just said. I mean, he actually punched somebody's head off in this movie.
I love that. Switching gears a bit, Nick, everyone at the show was touched by your loving statement for Lisa Marie Presley. So we just want to know, what do you remember about how she lit up a room and how she had that greatest laugh?
Best sense of humor of anyone I ever met. Greatest laugh. That was the relationship, was humor. We had a lot of laughs together. But that's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. Now quickly into like a rapid fire, see how well you now know each other. So which Nick is more likely to talk during a movie at the theater?
Which Nick is more likely to talk during? Neither of us.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I appreciate that. Then I would go.
I would have claimed it just so you didn't have to have that title. But
No, I think we both have a great regard for the movie theater and for the experience.
love
Although I do remember 42nd Street here in Manhattan in the late 70s, everyone screaming at the screen, and I was a part of that. That was fun, but that was a different culture.
Which movie were you at?
Oh God, it was like Five Fingers of Death or something like that. Or Shocking Asia. It was called Shocking Asia. Yeah.
Nice. Who's a bigger prankster on set?
I don't think we're pranksters. Do you?
I wasn't really pranking.
Yeah, I wasn't a prank. He wasn't a prank. The pranks are all on camera. They were all filmed.
Okay.
Sorry, we're not helping with your.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We'll keep rolling. Is either of you more likely to use profanities when you flub up a line or when there is a
Oh
mishear?
yeah, I do that. I scold myself quite badly. I think when I'm particularly like when something's, I just expect a lot of myself. I think so. When something goes wrong and it was working and it's me to blame, then I.
And lastly, which of you is more likely to thrive as a vampire?
Which one is what?
More likely to thrive as a real life vampire?
Mr. Cage.
Oh, come on. He's dressed in blood. Is that not symbolic for you?
A great answer. I love it. Well, thank you again. So great meeting you both. Congrats on the film.
Thank you very, very much.
Appreciate it.